So, dann schauen wir mal zum Meer Pede. Da ist schon mächtig Wind vor Ort und genau der ist ja dafür letztendlich ursächlich, dass es das Wasser dann auch aufs Land treibt.
I went to Wismar the day after reported flooding near the Baltic coast. But if I didn't watch the news, I wouldn't even notice the devastation. I even went for sushi at Sea Perler at the Old Harbour. From the German broadcaster's tone and the reporter almost being blown away, you could tell how serious the storm was. It was the same Storm Babet that caused havoc across northern Germany, Denmark, Scotland and England. In the UK, at least 7 people died and hundreds more became homeless because of persistent flooding. That's why I was amazed by how the heavy rainfall was quickly siphoned away in Wismar. Life went back to normal, including a local arts and crafts market. I visited Wismar at the recommendation of my German friend Michael. As far as North Germany's cities and towns go, it's not as well known as Kiel or, of course, Hamburg. But this medieval town was also a major trading hub of the Hanseatic League in the 14th and 15th centuries. Wismar was accepted into UNESCO's World Heritage Sites in 2002. Maybe it's the map, the look of dampness in the wood, or the paintings on the underbelly of the building. I got a bit of a Vikings vibe here. And my instinct was right. After the 30 Years' War, Wismar came under Swedish rule from the 17th century for 250 years. Maybe that's why we see some Scandinavian influences. There's also a very romantic wallpaper room depicting the Greek mythology travels of Telemachus on Calypso's island. I later found that the Museum of Modern Art in New York has fragments of the same wallpaper cycle. UNESCO recognized Wismar for its architecture. One of the structures is this Wasserkunst. This former pumping station in the market square is a replica of the one first built in 1602. back then, the male and female bronze mermaid water taps were seen as offensive because of their nudity. In the original version, the Lutheran city elders had them removed and out of sight to the city museum. When people mentioned medieval towns, it is as though there's a template for all places medieval, just old. In this case, I don't think all Hanseatic towns are the same. Look at the buildings here and compare them with the ones in Lüneburg in my last video. There are no pulleys hanging out of the windows, and from the shop fronts, you could see that many of their trades have subtle differences. The most significant architectural style here is the red brick Gothic features. It's unique to the towns around the Baltic coast. But can you guess what this building is? For all the lawyers out there, it's the most beautiful magistrates' court I've ever seen. Next to the judiciary is St. George's Church. It was badly damaged during World War II and has been rebuilt since 1990. It was once the place of worship for merchants and tradesmen. Instead of breaking everything down, there are remnants of the century-old basilica just being patched up. Now, it's used for concerts, and there's a viewing platform on the top of the church. St. Mary's Church surprises me. It's another building completely destroyed in 1960. Only the 18-meter-high tower remains. But the modern sculptures make it an attraction again, regardless of your religion. I also went around the church and found a workshop for brick making. Can you believe that I walked along these waterways and there's not a single drop of rain? Incredible. My final destination in Wismar is St. Nicholas Church. This looks more familiar, like cathedrals that we often see in Europe. It gives the idea that a church originally built for sailors and fishermen did have enormous wealth. In one of the side chapels, there's an anti-war museum, reminding us of the lives lost because of wars and greed for power. Well, I'm not gonna end this video with a heavy heart, because outside of St. Nicholas is the cutest thing in Wismar: piggies. That sums up my feeling of working in the month of January. So onwards we go to the picturesque Schwerin.